Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today we are beginning lecture 54 bio section. Title is polygenic inheritance. So the best example to study polygenic inheritance is skin color inheritance. In skin color inheritance, three different genes play an important role. And this is the reason it is called polygenic. When a particular character is controlled by three or more genes, then that kind of inheritance is called polygenic. Poly means many, and genic is, it stands for genes, many genes. Three or more stands for poly. Okay. Now in this case, you will see we don't have two distinct contrasting traits in skin color. Okay, we see a gradation from darkest skin color to lightest skin color. So what is observed is individuals with darkest skin will have all alleles in dominant form. Okay, whereas individuals with lighter skin will have all the alleles in recessive form. So see, check this table. This is the darkest shade, skin color shade. And then in this case, what you can notice is you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 alleles are in dominant form and 1 allele is recessive. Similarly over here, 5 alleles are dominant, 1 is recessive. 5 and 1. So when you have 5 dominant allele and 1 recessive allele, the skin color is lighter compared to this one in which all 6 are dominant alleles. Now what do you see here? In this case, there are 4 dominant ones and 2 recessive alleles. So as the number of recessive allele increase, the shade also becomes lighter. So this is even lighter, this is lighter, and this is lightest. Okay. So remember one thing, skin color inheritance, it is called non-Mendelian inheritance. So we don't have two distinct contrasting traits. Instead, we see a gradient in skin color. Okay, and this is the reason it is called non-Mendelian inheritance. Also notice one thing, as the number of dominant allele increase, the skin color also become darker. So this effect is called additive effect of allele. So this is the section in NCERT on polygenic inheritance. The traits generally controlled by 3 or more genes are thus called polygenic traits. 3 or more genes, polygenic. And then in case of polygenic inheritance, you also need to take into account the influence of environment. So these two statements can be asked in the form of two statement questions. Phenotype reflects the contribution of each allele. So I emphasized on this point, effect of each allele is additive. As the number of dominant allele increase, the skin color also become darker and darker. So such an effect is called additive effect. So three genes are A, B and C. Okay, the genotype with all dominant alleles will have darkest skin color and that with all recessive alleles will have lightest skin color. So number of each type of allele in the genotype would determine the darkness or lightness of the skin in an individual. So this is all about polygenic inheritance and skin color inheritance given in NCERT textbook. So let us solve few questions on this topic. See, this question was asked in NEET 2025. What is the pattern of inheritance for polygenic trait? So what is the answer? It will be non-Mendelian inheritance because we don't see two distinct contrasting traits. We see a gradient in skin color inheritance. Mendel studies mainly describe those traits that have distinct alternate forms, such as flower color, which are either purple or white. Okay, so all the Mendelian inheritance will have two distinct alternate forms. Okay, easily identifiable alternate forms. But in case of polygenic inheritance, you will see a gradient. So all those inheritance in which you see a gradient will fall in this category, non-Mendelian inheritance. Okay. Next one. This is from re-exam 2024. Two statement question. When many alleles of a single gene govern a character, it is called polygenic inheritance. So see, many alleles is a distraction. Okay, most of the students will just read many alleles and they will tick mark this as a correct statement. But important point is you should focus on the number of genes. So since the statement is saying single gene is involved, so single gene and polygenic, this is totally wrong. And this is the reason the statement is false. So keep in mind it has to be three genes, three or more genes. Then only you can call the inheritance polygenic inheritance. Statement 2 says in polygenic inheritance, the effect of each allele is additive. This is correct. So as the number of dominant allele increase, you will have the darker shade in skin color. So this statement 1 is false and 2 is true. Option 2 is the answer. Keep this table in your mind. Okay, the effect of each allele is additive. So all dominant alleles together will give you darker shade, and here the recessive alleles will give you lighter shade. Match question. Many genes govern a single character. Many genes and single character. This is polygenic. D1. D1. Then remaining we discussed yesterday also. In a heterozygous organism, only one allele express itself. One allele express itself, this is dominance. In a heterozygous organism, both alleles express themselves fully. This will be codominance. And then last one, single gene influences many character is pleiotropy. C4. A2, B3, C4, D1. Option 1 is the answer. Next one, again match question. So blood group in humans, this is multiple allelism or we can say codominance. B1. Flower color in antirrhinum, this is snapdragon, so it will be incomplete dominance. A2. A2. Skin color in human is polygenic inheritance. D3. And last one, phenylketonuria. This is example of pleiotropy. One gene, multiple phenotypes. So we have A2. A2 is here. Then B is 1. So A2, B1 is option 2. So this was all about polygenic inheritance. Tomorrow we will discuss chromosome theory of inheritance. Thank you so much for watching my video and do take care of yourself.